Ready, set, adventure! Welcome to Hikanuki World Tour and to day 4 on our cruise aboard the NCL Joy and our arrival in Bermuda. In part 1 of our video of today's adventures, we'll visit the unfinished church, the Towne Hall, and other historic places of interest. We'll try some of the local specialties, brave a rainy, windy day once again, and maybe even see a reenactment of a ducking.
NCL passengers to Bermuda and St. George's!
Hooray! We finally made it to Bermuda on the NCL Joy. And I think that's blue sky and the sun might even be shining. Let's hope we finally put the bad weather behind us. The ship is docked at the Royal Navy dockyard and we have a busy day planned for ourselves. We'll be in Bermuda for 2.5 days, so today there's no all aboard time. The first thing we have planned is to take the complimentary ferry to St. George's. That's the boat you see right there at the dock. Looks like the Celebrity Eclipse will be joining us. We got here first, but you know, celebrities always arrive fashionably late. I guess the Magic Kingdom isn't the only place with a rope drop. Looks like it's about time to get ready and head ashore. We went to take a couple quick pictures and now we're heading to the ferry line. The first ferry was scheduled to leave at 9 o'clock. It was about 8:30 and the line was already forming. There were 3 ferries to St. George's, departing at 9 o'clock, 11:15, and 1:30. The ferry ride took about 40 minutes each way. This schedule only applies to the NCL complimentary ferry. Other public ferries are also available. You can find their schedules online. And now it's time to get on board.
Well, every day is a fishing day. Not every day is a catching day.
Big difference.
On board the ferry, there was plenty of comfortable seating with both indoor air-conditioned seating and outdoor seating with a breeze. The outdoor was the more popular option. As the line for the ferry disappears, it's time to go. And away we go! The views of the ship as we pull away are breathtaking and present the perfect photo opportunity. Bermuda is Britain's largest and oldest remaining overseas territory. You'll notice a lot of British influence all throughout the island. We found the island to be clean, safe, and the people were very welcoming. One fact that I find interesting is that the nearest land to Bermuda is North Carolina. I always think of Bermuda as being in the Caribbean, but it certainly isn't. On board, there was a friendly and helpful ambassador to answer questions and distribute maps. Downstairs, there was another ambassador handing out information. We found all the people in Bermuda to be helpful, friendly, and happy. There is a small restroom available on board. Bermuda is basically shaped like a fishhook. Today we're traveling from the tip of the hook, the Royal Naval Dockyard, up to the top of the fishhook, St. George's. The seas were pretty calm today and the ride was enjoyable, although a little windy. There were some clouds, so we packed our rain ponchos and umbrellas, just in case. The water was crystal clear. St. George's is known for being the first English settlement on Bermuda, and with its quaint streets, historical buildings, interesting limestone formations, this town is definitely worth a visit. We found it to be a generally easy walkable place, although it is a little bit hilly. We relied mostly on inexpensive bus transportation to get around the island. Buses were safe, clean, and efficient, but sometimes they did get a bit crowded. NCL's complimentary ferries depart St. George's at 10 a.m., 12:30, 3 o'clock, and the last one is at 5:15. It looks like the town crier is preparing to welcome us.
Hello, town crier.
On behalf of the good mayor of St. George's, we welcome NCL passengers to Bermuda and St. George's.
Exiting the ferry was calm and organized. This was our first trip to Bermuda, and we were looking forward to enjoying the history of St. George's. We decided to explore on our own and not do a ship excursion. We planned to visit the 18th century Towne Hall, St. Peter's Church, which was founded in 1612, the unfinished church, and we were looking forward to trying the fish sandwich on raisin bread toast and fish chowder, two of the locals' favorites. There's also beaches nearby, but that wasn't our plan for today. Here's another local ambassador, happy to point you in the right direction.
Just follow the roadway, takes you right around to the King Square. And from here to here, it's 5 minutes. When you get here to the square, just go to York Street. From here to here, 30 seconds.
We headed toward the Towne Hall. Many streets and sidewalks were cobblestone, but easy to walk on. Buildings were bright and colorful, and streets were very clean. There is plenty of shopping to be found here, sprinkled in with the historic buildings. There was not a lot of traffic, so walking was very easy. I loved the colorful buildings. Local history tours are available, but they didn't fit our schedule. Sir George Somers was the captain of Sea Venture, which was shipwrecked here in 1609, and it is the oldest continuously inhabited English-speaking town this side of the Atlantic. This town has numerous historic sites, including the Old State House from 1620, the oldest building on the island. Other sites of note are the unfinished church, St. Peter's Church, and the Bermuda National Trust Museum.
What's your dog's name?
Here's Wahoo's restaurant. We'll be back in a little bit.
This is a good place, I heard.
Just a reminder to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to Hikanuki World Tour. It really helps our channel grow. Thanks, we really do appreciate you. We're now approaching King Square. King Square is the hub of St. George. With its colonial-era buildings, local craft booths, and town hall, be sure to stop here. The town hall was originally constructed in 1782, and today the mayor and council still meet here. Let's go inside and take a look. Inside this UNESCO World Heritage Site, you'll find rooms filled with period furniture and pieces made from Bermuda cedar. It also contains many historical photos and documents. Be sure to sign the guest book on your way out. The streets and buildings are all very well taken care of, and walking around is a very pleasant experience. Even though there were 2 large cruise ships in port, it never felt crowded. Motorbikes and scooters seem to be the preferred mode of transportation. This beautiful old Anglican church was established in 1612. Originally a wooden structure, the church has been rebuilt several times over the years. Dedicated to the Apostle St. Peter in 1826, it is the birthplace of Christian worship in Bermuda. The royal family has visited, and there are photos of them taken here on the steps, so be sure to stop and take a photo of yourselves here too. In 2012, St. Peter's 400th anniversary, the church was granted the royal designation, Their Majesty's Chapel, during the Queen's Diamond Jubilee year. The church is surrounded by a small cemetery which contains many historical and interesting headstones. Originally, the church had no belfry, and the bell was hung from an old-growth cedar tree behind the church. Unfortunately, in 2003, the tree was felled by Hurricane Fabian. The interior of the church is simple, with exposed cedar beams. There are many commemorative plaques on the inside, as well as several historical items, such as the chair that was used by Prince, and now King, Charles. The church is beautiful and well worth the $2 admission fee. In the vestry, you'll find a beautiful display of sacred silver, including a communion set given by King William and Queen Mary of England in 1697. Now we're feeling a little peckish, so time for a quick snack. We tried the crunchy green plantain chips, which were good. Now we're heading to the visitor center to purchase a 2-day bus and ferry pass. The staff here were incredibly friendly and helpful.
Basically, we're in Bermuda. There's so much to do within our little island. Right now we're in St. George's. This is the historical birthplace of Bermuda where we were founded.
Yes.
You have St. George Somers, hence the name St. George's, which is the town of St. George's. You have beaches, you have forts, you have the museums in St. George's that give you the historical background and summary of how it came about.
St. Peter's Church, the oldest Anglican church
It's actually right here.
Hemisphere.
That's that church.
Bermuda Perfumery.
Is actually right behind us. So the perfume factory is the oldest perfume factory and the only perfume factory that makes the Bermuda perfume within Bermuda. And that's just behind us if you do want to check it out.
I will.
Also, they do afternoon teas on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So today's Wednesday, so if your wife wants to have a little tea afterwards, she can go there. Also in St. George's we have,
The dock and enactment.
yes, that's
At
at
1 p.m.
1 p.m. with the town.
Town Square.
Yeah.
Okay,
The town
thank you,
choir.
Tricia. Well, thank you very
You're
much. That was
welcome.
wonderful. Thank
Hopefully you
you.
guys come back or bring your friends and come
Yes.
see us.
Yeah,
Come
if
to
you're watching
Bermuda.
this, come here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you're
Make sure
welcome.
you send us to us.
We purchased the 2-day pass. And now on to the unfinished church. It was about a 5-minute walk from the tourist center and a little bit hilly. There are even more colorful shops along this street. You'll pass St. George's Historical Society Museum on your way to the unfinished church. The unfinished church was to be a replacement for the hurricane-damaged St. Peter's Church, but construction was never completed due to funding problems, parish infighting, and then in 1925, when a freak tornado took off much of the roof, construction was permanently halted. It's currently used for weddings and special events. Now we're back in town and headed for the highly rated Wahoos. We arrived early and were able to secure a table with a great view. We came to try two of the Bermuda staples, the fish chowder and the fish sandwich on raisin toast. And here's our table on the covered patio, overlooking the water. The sky was starting to look a bit threatening, so we were glad we were under cover. The hard-working kitchen staff was preparing for the lunch rush. They had a rather large menu, but we knew exactly what we wanted. Since seafood is not my favorite, I opted for the chicken sandwich. After all that walking, that beer hit the spot. Now it had really started to pour, but the ducks were loving it. Out front, people were ducking for cover. No matter how fast you run, you're still gonna get wet.
This is the Guzman's Black Seal Rum.
Ooh,
They're going to use some rum swizzles and sherry peppers. Rum swizzles and pina coladas. Dark and stormy. This is out of bread sherry peppers. Okay?
all right. Thank you so
It
much.
requires your own taste. If you want to add more, you can.
Thank you so
So I
much.
leave it right there.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
The fish chowder was delicious. And my chicken sandwich was really something special. I loved it. And here's the Bermuda special fish sandwich on raisin bread toast.
On raisin bread.
The fish sandwich was amazing. We never had a fish sandwich with raisin bread, but it really works. And also, don't forget the homemade tartar sauce. The weather was starting to clear, so we thought we would head out and see if the ducking was still going to take place. On our way, we passed a large group of people who had just come off of the ferry.
Oh, what's this store called?
It's called Dreamscapes.
Dreamscape?
Dreamscapes Design.
You got a lot of neat stuff. Is most of this made locally, or?
Yeah, everything's actually made locally. It's all like designed by this lady right here, the owner of the shop. She creates everything.
Wow, awesome.
Another burst of rain left us in doubt as to whether or not the ducking stool reenactment would take place today. Someone once said that dunking is what Americans do to donuts and coffee, whereas ducking is what the British do to wenches.
All right, I need 5 people to help ducker. I need 5 people. If I don't have 5 people, we can't have the ducking. 5 people. Put your old way down. Push her all the way out.
Let me know if it's cold. Thank you very much for volunteering.
Now, young lady, are you repentant?
Yes.
Bring her back in. Bring her back in. You let her go?
Where'd she go?
Madam! All right, get out of here, madam.
Oh, okay.
Push her out. Madam, they're going to take your photograph.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
But I don't have to be over this water for them to do that.
You have to let it go, I said. Let it go. Don't put it back on.
It didn't fix my
Not
hair,
to
sir.
sail them. You don't want to drown the woman.
That was very dangerous.
Push it all the way down.
I thought you said you
Dagger
had to
again.
there again. It's like,
All the way down to make a big splash. Dagger again!
all right, we're getting better.
Yeah.
We're getting better. I think that you
Dagger again!
We decided to stop for a beer at the White Horse Tavern, Bermuda's oldest pub. As you can see, this was a popular spot. visiting St. George's, our plan was to head to the Crystal Caves, the Swizzle Inn, and then on to Hamilton. We found the bus stop and waited for the bus to take us to Crystal Caves. Stay tuned for the second part of our first day in Bermuda adventure in our next video. Thanks for joining us at Hikanuki World Tour on part 1 of our first day in Bermuda. Our travel wisdom for the day: my favorite thing to do is go where I've never been. Thanks again for joining us at Hikanuki World Tour, and be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notifications button as we'll be sharing our cruise on the NCL Joy. And stay tuned for part 2 of our first day in Bermuda.